We want to call on Chief Murray Abraham from Lake Babine Nation to speak to the work that his citizens are doing and the progress they're making and nearly completing the journey, the walk across Canada at this point. Currently, they're walking across water on a ferry, so that's a little tough for them to sign in. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you. Hari Deni Zaka no Dai Gla nos Kak Sai Murphy Abraham Satni Narudana Badai Isli Snet Beverly Abraham Spep Fred Abraham Willow Salit Saat Fern Abraham La Zamasiu Habadizdal La Jabu Habadagal Zat Masaicho Ditzio Watati Deni Zakai no Dai Gla nos Kak. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to the chiefs, matriarchs, children of the chiefs. My name is Murphy Abraham. I'm the Lake Babine Nation chief. My mother is Beverly Abraham. My father is Fred Abraham, who's deceased. My wife, Fern Abraham. I sit in the Beaver clan, and my father clan is the Bear clan. So I'd just like to thank you all for giving your time and energy here today. I thank the BCAFN Regional Chief. I congratulate you on your acclamation. And, you know, I definitely thank you for giving us this opportunity to share the story of our own, very own Lake Babine Nation member, Cameron West, and his wife, Charity West, you know, who will be coming on screen here shortly. And I don't want to take too much time away from them. You know, I just want to send an acknowledgement, you know, to these two individuals for the awareness that they are raising in regards to the missing, murdered Indigenous woman across Canada. Yeah, they started their journey back, I believe, in June of this year, you know, starting this awareness, and now are on a ferry, you know, going towards Newfoundland. You know, this is one of the last leg of their journey, and I believe they are going to continue on thereafter. But I feel, you know, I need to put my hands up to them, you know, for the great work that they've been doing. And I feel in order for us to minimize the impacts of this issue, you know, is for the men to really start standing up. You know, to start protecting the woman that they love, to start protecting the woman in their family, you know, to start being the man that the Creator have, you know, created them to be. And, you know, and for Cameron to be such an example, that's definitely warms my heart to see a man, you know, from my nation to take that next step to raise that awareness, you know, because he's doing the great work and being supported, you know, by his wife. So, but then again, you know, Masai Cho for your time and energy, and I hope it looks like they're frozen there on the Zoom, but Cameron and Charity, are you able to hear me? Okay, there they are. So if we can put them up on the screen there, and my hope is, you know, that the Wi-Fi can stabilize and then they can share their journey, you know, and their testimony with you all. And my hope is to have you chiefs here, your leaders of your community, to send them much prayers of strength and encouragement to continue on their journey. So, Masai Cho.
Hi, thank you. I don't know how much of this you could hear.
Hedi. Thank you, Chief Murphy. Masicho, not too sure how much of this you can hear, but I'm Charity West, Comanche Nation, and
Cameron West, Lake Babine Nation, Beaver Clan.
Frog Clan for me. We started our journey in the beginning of May in Alberta. It's a Canadian territory. Since then, we have crossed the country. Wow. I can't believe we're going to our last province now. We've learned quite a bit. Every province has its unique issues when it comes to missing and murdered Indigenous people. But the stories are all the same. And it doesn't get any better on the east here. There's still the same similarities with the lack of investigation by our CMP or any of the authorities to be the lack of action taken. It's often the families that are going out and they're doing the searches. You know, this walk was an easy one for us to say yes to because we grew up along the Highway of Tears. And if anybody looks at it, like, you know as well as we do, this is an ongoing genocide. And the fact that they're not getting addressed, like if you look at the search the landfills, it's not getting addressed. There is no reconciliation without any action happening. It's been a really long journey, and I was really upset when we started this journey to realize that the story of when my son's dad, Barry Seymour, went missing from Prince George is not a unique story. We hear that story so many times as we cross the country. I think some of the things that we have noticed that are a little different over this way has been as we get into Moncton area, New Brunswick, it seems to be the men that are going missing here. Like tons and tons of men. We were there in Moncton for
6 days, and
yeah, there was 4 men that were murdered in that time.
yeah, so yeah, we've been through all elements: tornado, hurricane, wind, rain, the sun.
Yeah, so we're gonna give ourselves 2 weeks for Newfoundland. After Cameron got sick, he got really sick, and by the time we got to Montreal, so we had to stay still for a bit until he got better and his antibiotics are all done. And we started focusing on the connection and making sure we reach out to all the communities. So we did share a document that was shared with us by Kelly Sark of AWAPEI. She actually made the document out of experience, unfortunately, when her brother went missing on Lennox Island. Yeah, so she shared that document for us to share with our communities back home, and it's a missing and murdered Indigenous men, women, Two-Spirit task force. So it gives you a checklist on what to do in case somebody in your family goes missing, and this is the same thing. It's because they didn't get the response from the RCMP or the policing agencies in their area that an adequate response, so they took it upon themselves to go and do these searches and get some answers themselves. And we've been learning so much as we cross the country. We've been meeting different organizations, different people, and a lot of grassroots initiatives that have been started along the way. And we've even had the opportunity to speak with people like all along the Western Hemisphere. So we had to have a translator there while we spoke with people in Colombia and Argentina and stuff like all along the Western Hemisphere, all along South America, and they're having the exact same issues. And the main things that we continue to hear are human trafficking, organ harvesting,
Sacrifices.
Ritualistic killings. We need changes in these laws, and we need the support of our leadership to be pushing these changes in the laws. You know, with what happened in Prince George recently, that was with Isabel Thomas. That has happened prior to that with Christine. I can't remember if it was West or Alec, but that happened a couple years ago. She was reporting this man stalking her, And then still yet a couple of days later, she's found dead in her home. And that happened with Isabel Thomas. We need to be pushing the government for it to be passing stricter laws on stalking. There's things like that. With the blackout on the media, we need to make sure that our media on the Facebook and all this stuff, we need to be making sure that we have a way of informing our people when they're becoming targets. Because if you're not able to go online and be like, oh, this happened a few times, because nobody goes and picks up a newspaper no more. We need to make sure that there's a way that we could streamline it so that our people are knowing what's the trends are going, because, you know, unfortunately, that is a trend, is that killing Indigenous people, it's not going to get investigated. Nobody's going to look for it. Nobody's going to help you look for them. It's the families that are going to be doing these searches. We need to have better systems set in place, and we need to push tougher laws through to make sure that people that are getting stalked are actually being protected, that it's not up to the family to protect them. So our main goal as we cross the nation, because all of our Indigenous communities know what's going on, has been to
educate and bring awareness to the non-Indigenous people.
Yeah, just to create more allies, because these things are not taught to them. These things are not in the news. And in certain provinces, the media is run by all corporations. So you don't really get any face time to even see that in the news either, right? Unless it's the mom and pop media companies, which are far and few between sometimes. So we need to have a system, a nationwide system. The lady that came up and spoke ahead of us, it's great that they have the retrieval stuff, but to have a safety system nationwide put in place. When you think about how we need to know that we have leadership has our back on this, because we don't sit at these big tables that you guys sit at. We live it. We've gone through, we've lost so many people.
Yeah, even on this walk alone, we've lost like 12 people, mostly my wife's family, and a couple for myself. But we will be walking the highway of tears when we're done in Newfoundland. We have 2 weeks here. October 7th, we'll be coming back to the mainland from Newfoundland. So once we make our way back home, we hope to have more family and friends to come out and help us complete the walk.
If you guys could please send some people to help us do the Highway of Tears, we'd appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Yeah, essential.
Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, incredibly important, incredibly moving, and incredible level of commitment on your behalf. And so thank you very much for that. I'm not sure if that announcement was on the vote or here, but that just caused a little bit of consternation there at the end. But hopefully that means you're nearing your destination, and we'll finish up that last province and territory on your journey. So once again, thank you very much, and we wish you well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on recess for another 15 minutes until we hear from the Chief Electoral Officer on the results of the election.
O siam, Kwamantomi, siam, sewa, siam, to Squalowins wait, siam, to on Hata, Newfoundland, to one now, siam, Hutch, siam, Squalowins, to Hum, Squalowins wait, offering our love and prayers and honor to those 2 young people who are running across Canada on Hata, really far away, heading to Newfoundland. I'm going to offer, my nephew's here, I'm going to offer a heartbeat song. And, you know, I also asked the children that I've worked with for many years, I said, if you remember the heartbeat of your mother when you're in your mom's womb, and they go, oh, I do. So, you know, I'm going to offer a song. It's called Heartbeat. I'm going to step back from the mic because amazing enough, I transform when I sing traditional songs. So. First of all, thanking our respected elders, our chiefs, our kupis, our matriarchs that are in the room. Again, to those young people who are running across Canada. 1984, our congregation from Squamish, we ran from Vancouver down to Los Angeles. So again, bringing awareness. And you know, the heartbreaking thing is that we as Indigenous people, we are still struggling. There are a lot of challenges in the big world we call life. And so how can we change this narrative so that we can be here rich with culture and language and song, because culture is going to keep us connected to our ancestors